I think there is probably a process video for almost every single one of them, except for I think maybe one there's not a video. But let's go through and I'll tell you what I did and where the collections are from and the items on the pages, and then I hope you like everything that I did. This one, I just did a simple, like grid design. I used Pocket Life cards from the December 2021 Hip Kit Club subscription. And I just used the pocket cards here on the top because they're so beautiful. I am obsessed with Hip Kit Club Pocket Life cards, and I don't even Pocket Life. Yeah, I think I want to. And then I put 2 layers behind the Pocket Life card. And of course, when you do a grid line like this, you have to make sure that all of the bottom base pieces are exactly the same. And I use my T-square ruler to make everything straight this way, and so it lines up this way and this way. And I put a frame on the back and some white cardstock, and then this piece and this piece are actually the branding strips from the paper, and I save everything, and I just glued the branding strips down to add a little something to it. So on here we have all Hip Kit, and these little teeny gems are from Honeybee Stamps. And of course I have this and this. It's a Bramble Fox perspective. The little creatures. I mean, come on. Couldn't you get cuter than that? I don't think so. Super cute. But the colors in this collection are so pretty. Aren't they? I just love this collection. It's so pretty for the winter. This is my great niece when she came over to the house. And she was burying my 17-year-old cat with stuffed animals. It was so adorable. She didn't really like it very much. She took it for about an hour and then she was done with it. So there's that. And oh, here and here are also Bramble Fox perspectives that say cozy and fun. And then I put a little shaker in the chipboard frame that has little like snowflakes, and it's like a little winter snowflake collection of sequins mix. This is a layout for a YouTube hop called To the Moon and Back, which I had an absolute blast making. There's a process video for this one too. And of course there's cat fur on my layout. And I had a really good time making this. I enjoyed it very much. This is a cut file from the Confessions of a Paper Addict cut file shop. I will link that below. I'll also link the Hip Kit Club below. This is Cocoa Vanilla Studio papers. This is Legendary, and the rest of it is Flying High, I believe it's called. And I used some enamel dots from Gina Marie Designs and Print Fresh Studio Alphas to spell out Love You to the Moon and Back. And I did some stamping on the back, just of some music notes and some text, with some script just to make the background be a little distinctive. I love it. And this is a button from Yes Please Paper Crafts Button Shop. Sorry about that. I will link that shop below as well. It says Best Friends Forever. And I just thought this color was perfect for the collection and their shirts. This is my son and my grandson. I love it. Doesn't it come out really cute? I love it. And here's a piece of Bramble Fox. And this one is for the Confessions of a Paper Addict cut file shop design team. And excuse me, the cut file was for these beautiful flowers, layered flowers, and all the leaves and sprigs that came with the cut file. So pretty. This is my great niece. I mean, look at this picture. Oh my God. She's 4 years old now. And then I did some embossing paste through a stencil from Cartabella. And this is the Simple Stories Simple Vintage Weathered Garden collection, which is absolutely gorgeous, stunning. It's mostly all greens, so if you don't like green, you are not going to like that collection, but I'm just in love with it. I mean, look at these butterflies. I did gold splatters, and then I put little honeybee stamp gems in the middle of my butterflies. And I put enamel dots and tons of gold splatters. I love putting splatters right inside my embellishment clusters. Isn't that pretty? So gorgeous. So there's that one. I love it. I just thought the greens from that collection went well with her little jumper that she had on. Next up, we have a Scrap Our Stash design team challenge for February, and the challenge was to use 3 different alphas on your layout, and your layout could be whatever you wanted it to be. So this is the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Cotton Fields collection, and I used all scraps on this layout, and I was very excited to use up my scraps because I don't throw anything away. It's got to be like a piece of paper this big for me to throw it away. In my collections, these were strips that I happened to cut off from previous layouts, so I just took them all and I just lined them up and just kept doing strips and strips. I did, you know, the same patterns going out on each side. I didn't put like a bunch of different patterns, but they were all scraps, and I just love it so much. Chipboard frame, the beautiful florals from that collection. That collection is just absolutely stunning. I mean, ugh. And then I did some stamping with a script stamp that I have on the background just to add a little something into it. Pretty, right? And then I used these alphas, which were Hip Kit Club exclusive, and then these 2 alphas here, which were from Simple Stories on my collection. And this was a piece of scrap, and this was a piece of scrap, and I made a couple tags out of the pieces of scrap. So there you go. Isn't that pretty? This collection is absolutely stunning. This is my nephew, my sister's son, and Easton, when she was really little, that you just saw a picture of her now. She's 4 now. This is when she was a baby. Cute, right? And then I took 3 of the adhesive brads and put them like that. 1, 2, 3, like sort of like they were enamel dots. I think it looks really pretty when you put 3 adhesive brads like that. And here's the dimension with the chipboard frame and foam squares and all that. Isn't it pretty? Oh, I just love it. All right, next up is a layout I did for the Bramble Fox Challenge design team. And I just wanted a fresh, clean layout for this. I probably could have put a border up here and down here too. I might think about that later on, but I think it looks fresh and clean and white and crisp, and I love it. This was for the January challenge in the Facebook group for Bramble Fox Friends, and the challenge was to use handmade embellishments on your layout. So I went ahead and made this flower and this flower from some metal dies, and I layered them up really good. There's like 4 different layers of flowers in there. Aren't they gorgeous? I love them. And I used some Nouveau splatters, little pink splatters around the page. And I did 3 layers of pattern paper. And then look at this Bramble Fox perspective. That mirrored snowflake. I mean, oh my God, look at that. I need like 100 of those. And here's this flower that I made. I put a chipboard flare in the middle of it. And this is all Hip Kit Club, December 2021 again. Bramble Fox, metal dies from In Love Art Shop. And honeybee stamp little gemmies. And then I used Pink Fresh Studio gems all over the paper. I'm going to see a close-up of the little Pink Fresh gems. And then right here, let me get a pointer so you don't have to look at my hand. Right here and all around the whole page are Nouveau crystal drops that I just put everywhere. So I put a bunch of sparkly splatters and gems and Nouveau and honeybee gem all over the place just to make it wintry and sparkly. And I love it when I do splatters right on top of my perspectives because I think it looks perfect. You just have to give it like overnight to dry. Excuse me, to dry onto your perspectives so it doesn't smudge. But I think it looks great. And then in the middle of this flower is just a little teeny flower gem that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. And then these little snowflakes and these bigger snowflakes in here are exclusive Hip Kit Club metal dies from the December kits. And they're just absolutely gorgeous. And this is my niece when she was very little. I think she must be 3 here, and she's going to be 20 next month. So I wanted to make sure I got that documented. And then this is a Confessions of a Paper Addict design team layout, which I love. Oh my God, look at this picture of my great niece. She had Halloween makeup on her face before she put her costume on, but it's just the best picture in the entire world, so I had to scrap it. And this collection is Bungalow Lane by Paige Evans, and a Confessions of a Paper Addict cut file that I cut twice and backed with pretty pink and green papers from the collection. And just put it here. And then these little sprigs coming out here are the Hip Kit Club October 2021 metal dies, exclusive to the Hip Kit Club. They came with like 4 or 5 different leaves. Probably the best metal die set I've ever purchased in my life. I use it constantly. Again, every single thing on here is Bungalow Lane, except I put some pretty enamel dots, I couldn't think of the word, that come in white and the clear that kind of look like they're see-through and they look like raindrops a little bit. Those are from the Stamp Market. I'll link it below. And this and this and this are Bramble Fox perspectives. And I mean, look at that little pink deer. It matched so perfectly. Of course, this has nothing to do with a deer, but it's cute. She's cute. I used it. And then these little pink things are Nouveau drops. I think that's Shimmering Rose color if you're interested in it. And all I did was use border strips. This is like 1 inch. I think this is 3, and of course by 12, and 1 1/2 inch here. And just put border strips on the top and the bottom. And I like this because it's got a lot of pattern paper, the gorgeous cut files, but it's also got a fresh, white, clean, crisp look to it as well. And I did end up putting a sticker, a circle sticker with a little heart sticker on top of it from the collection over this area here because I just thought that area looked funny underneath, so I wanted to cover it up. And I got a mark on my photo, so instead of reprinting this photo, I just put a sticker over the top of it. And it looks cute, and I didn't have to reprint it and waste my color ink because that stuff is expensive, isn't it? And this one, oh my gosh, I love this one so much. This is from a Pink Fresh Studio collection called Indigo Hills 2. I never got my hands on Indigo Hills 1, and I'm not really sure what it looks like. It might be similar colors. But this collection is from 2018, an entire drawer full of this collection, so I wanted to use it up for the Pink Fresh Fridays YouTube hop. I love it. I just used one of the pattern papers as my background because I mean, look at that. How can you not use that? Isn't it gorgeous? And I used a border strip here. I think this is 3 by 12. And then I punched out little strips here from another pattern paper. This is a little doily metal die from In Love Art Shop. And Pink Fresh Studio gems in blue and yellow. And I thought that they matched perfectly with that. Don't you? And I use Altenew gold and iridescent ink sprays to make splatters all over my clusters and all over the page. And I use Pink Fresh gems like literally everywhere on this page because they were so perfect. And I just think it looks gorgeous. And I just made 2 floral clusters on a diagonal. This is my cat, Sophie Marie. Isn't she gorgeous? I absolutely love how beautiful she is, and she's super sweet. And so I just used some Pink Fresh alphas here to spell out her name. And that's that. I really like it. There's been a process video on my channel for every single one of these layouts so far. All right, and this one is from the Confessions of a Paper Addict cut file design team, and the cut file is awesome. It's this pink back here with the frame. I mean, look at these frames. It's so beautiful. You can use this for anything. You can make this smaller. I mean, I made it as big as I possibly could to fit on a 12 by 12. And this is Cocoa Vanilla Studio Daydream. I think it's either Daydream or Daydreamer. I think it's Daydream collection. And it's just absolutely a stunning, stunning collection. And the florals in that collection, oh my gosh, right? I fussy cut from some butterflies. And I used 1, 2 pieces, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of Bramble Fox perspectives on my layout. A little hot air balloon, says awesome, and some little leaf sprigs. It matched perfect, didn't it? And then tons and tons of Nouveau drops and Pink Fresh gems, like usual, because I'm obsessed with those things. And I put them like on everything. Oh, and here's a piece of Bramble Fox too, so more. And then I glued little gems right onto the perspective. Doesn't that look super cute? I love it. And this is Sophie Marie again. And let me see what else I used here. These are little sparkly white. Look at the shimmer in those enamel dots. Those are from Gina Marie Designs. I love them. And then here is a button from my girlfriend Karen's button shop. Yes, please, Paper Crafts button shop. It's got a picture of a kitty and it says hi. I thought the colors went perfectly with this collection, so I put that there. And I just absolutely love it, how this came out. And you just don't get prettier than this background paper. Cocoa Vanilla Studio is just amazing. I love it. All right, there's pile number 1. Pile number 2. All right. This is a Scrap Our Stash Design Team Challenge. And we were to use a sketch and interpret it as we saw fit for our own photos. And I just love this. This is Hip Kit Club November 2021 collection. And it's their Christmas collection. This piece of paper right here, however, is from November 2020 Christmas collection. And I just put helping with decorations as my title and a big, huge circle in the middle and 2 strips. I think these are 4 by 11.5 probably here. And just used a lot of the pretty embellishments from the collection. And I made one of the bows, which I love because the dimension is amazing on those. And I just scrapped a couple of pictures from this Christmas. This is what my coffee table looked like in the living room, and I like how it came out, so I took some pictures. And then here's my cat Biddy when I was putting out all the decorations out of the boxes and putting them on the island to figure out where I was going to put things, and she just, of course, had to sit right in the middle of everything. So she was my little helper for the day. But isn't this great? So super simple. 2 pieces of paper as big border strips and a big circle in the middle, and then another border strip shorter than these 2 in the middle. I elevated this one on foam square so you could, you know, this would pop up higher than everything else. And look at this cluster here. I'm in love with that little ephemera piece with the house. Isn't that great? And pink, excuse me, Hip Kit Club enamel dots and those gorgeous silver. I mean, oh my God, can I have 100 packs of those, please? Seriously. And then throughout on the page and inside the little snowflakes of the pattern paper are all Pink Fresh Studio gems in pink, white, and red. I love it. Look at that. And another one of the bows that you hand make yourself. Oh my gosh, I love them. I do have a video tutorial on my channel of how to put these bows together quickly and easily if you're having trouble doing that, so check that out. I love this. This Hip Kit Club makes the most absolutely stunning collections I've ever seen in my life. I like have to force myself not to hoard them because I just want to stare at them and touch them, but I have to use them, right? All right, there's that one. And then this one, oh, I love how this came out. This is a Confessions of a Paper Addict cut file design team. So my cut file is Christmas Eve, and it has this gorgeous bow on the bottom, and I think that's my favorite part with the bow. And I love backing Word cut files because it's so easy. And if you get a chance, check out the process video for this one, because there's a lot of tips in there about how to use up your scraps. Like this was scrap paper, and right here, I'm going to turn it. All of this were literally branding strips from the paper, and all I did was take a, I think 4x12 piece of white scrap paper, put ATG all over it, and then just put branding strips with no rhyme or reason, just put them down. From, this was Hip Kit Club 2020 Christmas collection in November. And I just kept putting branding strips down. And look how pretty that came out. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. So then I placed my cut file, and then I used a border punch under here from Creative Memories. I will leave my Creative Memories website link below if you need anything. I am a consultant, but I mostly do it for myself, or if any of my friends need anything. But if you need something, please feel free to use my website. And then another scrap down here, and I left the branding strip on that piece of scrap, and it's this really pretty pink. So that came out perfect. And then I used some pom-pom trim down here. I just glued it down with my ATG and used this pretty pom-pom trim that I'm petting. And of course, tons of Pink Fresh Studio little gems. That was probably the best investment I ever made, to get a whole box full of those, because I used them on everything, and I probably bought them 2 years ago, and they're not even half gone. Best money I've ever spent. Okay, everything on here is Hip Kit Club, and this gem and this gem are from Hobby Lobby. And made a bow here, which I love. And then this button, look at my cat on my flare button, and look at, I can't stand it, look at it, how cute. My friend Karen from Yes Please Paper Crafts has a button shop, and she made these buttons custom for me and sent them to me as a gift in some Happy Mail. I mean, can you get cuter than a button with your cat on it? I don't think so. I did a little bit of mixed media in the background and a boatload of splatters. And then up here is a flower that I handmade out of a circle punch. And I just kind of tucked it into the words. And it's got a lot of dimension, and I love it. So pretty. So there's that one. I think this is probably one of my favorites. And next, Confessions of a Paper Addict cut file shop. The cut file is these beautiful stars, and you get all these stars with it. So I copied and pasted these stars all over the page. And then I used the piece of paper that the stars came out of and as my background, and then backed it with a piece of pattern paper so the pattern would come through the stars. And then I take a black marker and I just outline the inside of my cut files to make them pop off the page, and I just think it makes it look really good. And I put glitter, scrapbook.com glitter marker all over these stars. Can you see it? Oh, there you go. Look at that. Look at this star right here when I move it. I'm trying to get it to hit the light. I can't do it now. There. See the glitter on there when it hits the light? Isn't it beautiful? And I put embellishments literally everywhere on this layout. Talk about using up your stash. Hip Kit Club, November 2021, the entire thing. I don't usually mix collections together. I'm a big collection scrapbooker. I don't make page kits or try to put a bunch of stuff together. I have a collection, it stays together, and if I make a layout, I use just that collection on the layout. It's just the way I am. I have little snowflakes and stars all over the place. Literally all over the place. And little enamel dots and gems and just glitter and sparkle, and this awesome picture of my great niece just this past Christmas 2021. She got this little gadget for Christmas. I don't know what these things are called for the kids now. I guess I'm too old. And then up here I made a bow in my title cluster. I love those bows. Look at them. So cute. And next we have a collection by Echo Park, and I can't remember the name of it. Winter something, or I don't know. I can't remember. There's a process video, so it will be listed there. I picked up this collection at Tuesday morning, and I never touched it, and I thought that it went perfectly with my niece's sweater. Again, she's probably four or five maybe, and she's going to be 20 now, so I wanted to get this done. But don't you think this collection is perfect for that sweater? And I did this as a guest designer for my friend Adam's Dottie About Flair company. And I used 1, 2, 3 of his flare buttons. Oh, was I in frame? 1, 2, 3 of his flare buttons. And they are perfect with this collection and perfect for this layout. And I am in love with it. This is a Simple Stories chipboard frame from a Christmas collection from years and years ago. I don't even know what the name of it is. I'm sorry. And then this is a Bramble Fox star that I put up in the corner, only because I didn't like the way this border strip and this piece of paper fit together. It wasn't cohesive, so I just stuck a Bramble Fox star over the top of it to make myself happy. In Love Art Shop doily frame. I like putting little doilies in the corners of my photos. I just think it looks good. And then this Pink Fresh Studio metal dies of these leaf sprigs. Love it. Gold Nouveau drops and Altenew antique gold ink spray splatters everywhere. I mean, look at all the splatters in the Nouveau everywhere. It makes this look perfect. I do have a process video on my channel for this that I actually quite enjoy. Is a good one. It's a little long because I didn't cut out any of the process, but I just think that it came out really good and I left everything in. So there's that. I will leave the website for Dottie About Flair down below if you're interested in that. Layout for the Bramble Fox Challenge design team, and this is the February challenge in the Bramble Fox Facebook group. I'm going to link that below. I'll link the shop below too. There's still plenty of time in February for you to come join us and submit your layout into the challenge for the month. It's just a color challenge. You have to use red, pink, white, and hearts on your layout, along as with at least one perspective from Bramble Fox. And you can win a $15 gift card to the shop. So come on over and join us in the Facebook group. Of course, it's free and it's really fun. So I used a Paige Evans cut file, and this is called Wedge, if you want to get that from the Silhouette store. I backed it with some acetate in every other wedge. These are open wedges where I put my perspectives from Bramble Fox. And then in the part that has acetate, I put perspectives and a bunch of sequins. Let me see. I'll show you. Look at my sequins. I love sequins so much. Tons and tons of perspectives. I put 23 perspectives on this layout. I currently hold the Bramble Fox world record for the most perspectives on a layout. But I, of course, made that whole thing up for myself. So it's a title for me, from me. I'm being silly. And this is Simple Stories. And this paper in the background is an exclusive Hip Kit Club collection from, I think, February 2021. Yeah, February 2021. Exclusive papers. Oh my God. Probably one of my most favorite pieces of paper ever. I mean, look at it with the hearts, blue and 2 colors of pink. I love it. tons of perspective. And my title is You Hold the Key to My Heart, obviously because I love my husband, but also because here's a key and here is the lock. Aren't I clever? Not really, but I love this. I love this title. I love this photo. I love this layout. Is just probably one of my favorites. Okay. There is not a process video for this layout, and I wish that there was, because I think this is my favorite layout from 2021. I am obsessed with this collection. I love this picture. And if I didn't say it, and I know I did, I am obsessed with this collection. It is the October 2021 Hip Kit Club subscription, and I am obsessed with it. Oh my god, I cannot stop. I'm like hoarding it. I think I've only made 1 or 2 layouts with it, and I'm afraid to touch it because I'm so in love with it. This was for Bramble Fox Challenge Facebook group, and I think it was for October or November. I can't remember. I wish I had done a process video for this, but I didn't have time. I had to get this done and write a blog in the Bramble Fox blog. I'll link that below. So the challenge for that month was a sketch, and they just had a big circle on the sketch and a big title here and some strips of paper over on the side. And oh my god, I could not be more grateful for that challenge or that sketch, because I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm in love with it. Look at these papers, you guys. And these are the exclusive Hip Kit Club metal dies. All these leaves here from the October kit. I mean, just look at them. Sorry about the glare. Look at them. I have used these metal dies on probably 10 layouts since I got them in October. They're just stunning. And I put a huge title with 2 different alphas. It says, Our Life Could Not Be Sweeter. I think that's a cute title. Tons of gold splatters all over, and then gold nouveau drops here. Get closer for you can see. So I just did like 3 little ones right there. There. In focus. And myself and my husband, just this past fall when we went to a concert. I love it. And tons of Bramble Fox. I have leaves and these big acorn leaf perspectives. Look at that acorn leaf perspective. Isn't that so cute? I love it. And I like putting splatters right on top of my perspectives. I think it looks fabulous. And I use a leaf perspective down here. And I also used 1, 2 leaf perspectives here, along with an acorn down here. And this right here is a Bramble Fox circle perspective, and it says Hello Autumn. And could you get this color to match these papers any better? I don't think so. Look at this cluster. Oh my gosh. Like, come on. Just so pretty. Isn't it? I love it so much. Yep. I'm in love with this. I actually think I'm going to frame this layout. I love it so much. And it was very simple to do, too. I mean, it's a couple border strips, a circle. I did a title, and there's 2 clusters. What's hard about that? Nothing. And I'm in love with it. I think it's the collection. Okay, next. I scrapped the same pictures again, because I want one for my album and one for her album. And this is December 2021 Hip Kits, and the colors could not be more perfect for her pajamas that she wore over to my house that night. Just absolutely matches it so perfectly. This was a Scrap Our Stash design team layout where you had to use a big title. No, I'm wrong. You had to use 1 title, 2 photos, 3 clusters, 4 pattern papers, and 5 gems, enamel dots, or something similar like that. So here's my 1 word, 2 pictures, 1, 2, 3 clusters, and 4 pattern papers. There's 3, 4 layers here. There's 1 here, and there's 1 here. And the 5 things that I did do, I did 5 gems here, but there's so many of those other gems around there. I don't think that counts, so I did 5 enamel dots, 2 here and 3 here. And those are enamel dots from Gina Marie Designs, but could they match the collection any more perfect? I don't think so. I put honeybee stamp little gems everywhere on this layout because it looked like little ornaments or lights on that tree, didn't it? And I even found a tiny, tiny little star to go on top of that tree. I can't believe it. Look at that fox. Oh my gosh, he's got a little coat on. And the ephemera. I just did a border strip with 2 punch out strips on the side. I did a little mixed media in the background. I think I used some Lindy's green spray there, and this is a snowflake stencil from the Hip Kit Club. It was exclusive for that month. A journaling card from the Pocket Life Kit that I'll just put the date and write on here that she came over to my house to see me. But there's this cluster, and this cluster, I love it. And I took one of the chipboard frames, put some tulle behind it, and then just use it as a sequin pocket for a little sequin mix that I have in there. Big title, cute pictures, and then this little cluster down here surrounding my journal card. Tons of splatters. I think it came out cute. I just can't get over how gorgeous these colors are. I love it. Hip Kit Club is just knocking it out of the park. Okay. This I did for Scrap Our Stash design team as well. It was a sketch challenge, and it's not my usual, but I think it came out kind of cute. I'm usually, as you see, much busier than this, but I was trying to use up my stash of the November 2020 Hip Kits, their Christmas collection. I just wanted to use the stuff. So with this one, you had to use 3 pictures, 2 circles, and something like circles or a border strip on top. And I just used that. So I literally cut out 2 circles, used this awesome wood grain paper from the Hip Kit Club. Oh my God, look at that paper. Do we not need 10, 20, 30 pieces of that? Wow, like super pretty. Punch this out with Creative Memories Border Punch Hip Kit Alphas. Everything on here is Hip Kit. Yep, and Pink Fresh Studio Gems all over the place, as you can see. I love those. I even gave the little snowman Pink Fresh Studio Gem cheeks. So some pictures from 2020 Christmas time. This is my cat Remy, and my best friend's husband makes pies, and he made me a cherry pie. I had a glass of milk, and he thought that he wanted to help me, but I think he just wanted the milk. And this was a snowman that I bought that year at a craft show. Is not the cutest snowman you've ever seen. I mean, I want to leave it out all year long, but I don't. So I just took some pictures for my December documented and then decided to also scrapbook them. Here's a bow from the collection, couple tags, a regular tag and a circle tag. This little tassel I think I picked up at Hobby Lobby. Some red and white twine I think I got from Hobby Lobby. And these are the cookie tray that I ordered. One of my good friends makes cookies as a side business, and they're amazing. And I order a huge tray from her every year for Christmas Day, and they're gone like immediately. So I took a picture of that. I just thought those 3 pictures went well together. So cookies, kitty, and pie was my title. We have this. This was a YouTube hop from my friend Adam, Scrappy Adam. We were celebrating, I think, his 750 subscribers. He's well over 1,000 by now because he's so awesome. And I scrap lifted him in the YouTube hop, and this is Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Lemon Twist. So what I did was I scrapped a picture of myself and my best friend from college, and I just scrap lifted almost exactly everything that Adam did on his layout. And I did some black splatters on this, and I was super nervous about using black splatters because I thought I was going to make a mess of my layout, but it didn't come out bad, did it? I mean, this is kind of a hot mess over here, but that's okay. It still looks all right. But here you go. I use the adhesive brads as enamel dots. And I used the puffy thickers from the collection as my title. Used a bunch of ephemera in there. So pretty. I love it. And like I said, I scrap lifted Adam, so I pretty much did almost everything he did. I put a border around the outside, and then I made a cluster for the top, and I used Adam's buttons that he sent to me from Dottie About Flair here and here, which they match perfectly with this collection, and for this layout it was wonderful. So there's that one. That collection's gorgeous, isn't it? I gotta use that some more. Okay, and this is Confessions of a Paper Addict cut file shop, and my cut file in the background is this squiggly line frame. Isn't it pretty? You just cut it out. Cut it out from some pattern paper, and you just go ahead and put it right down on your background, and it just makes an excellent detail to the background, doesn't it? And I cut it out of this paper here, and then gutted it, and then used the pink that was left over as the frame from the cut file, so I didn't waste any of the paper. And this is also October Hip Kit Clubs, October 2021, that I'm obsessed with, as you just heard. And Bramble Fox and Bramble Fox. Perfect, right? Perfect, perfect, perfect. I love fall. I think I'm obsessed with fall and fall colors. It's my favorite season. I love the colors of everything fall. It just looks gorgeous. I did splatters, enamel dots, tons of ephemera from the kit. Really, really pretty. I love it. It's a picture of myself and my niece. And then this was a guest designer for Bramble Fox, a guest design team. I'm on the challenge design team, but I did a guest design for the actual design team. So this has a process video on my channel and the Bramble Fox channel. And this is all Hip Kit Club, November 2021, the Christmas collection. And oh my God, this is definitely one of my favorites. I think I'm going to put this one in a frame too. I am in love with it. So what I did here is I cut this piece of pattern paper in half and then glued it down to a white piece of paper. And then I took those metal dies with the awesome leaves that I've used 100 times since October, and I completed a wreath on the other half to match over to the pattern paper like this. And then I put a ton of those gorgeous embellishments on this, and then on this pattern paper it had all these gorgeous patterns on it. It has this, so I put little stars in there, and then here's the snowflakes. I put little enamel dots in all of those. I did some mixed media only down the middle and a little bit over here where the wreath was. Tons of splatters, enamel dots, the stars, and the title here is "You Are Our Gift" in the silver alphas, and they weren't standing out enough for me, so I did go with a black marker and trace around those just to make them pop off the page more than they were. But come on with this collection. And then this was obviously for Bramble Fox, as I mentioned. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 perspectives on my layout. I have 2 gorgeous red mirrored stars, and then I have this gorgeous red mirrored bulb hanging off my bow. And then look at that December. Oh my God, look at it. I need 50 of those too. Oh, just so beautiful. It's perfect. I love it. This is another one of my favorites. And then, is this the last one? It's the last one, guys. This was for a Pink Fresh Studio YouTube hop, which we do every, I think it's every 4th Friday of every month at 3:00 p.m. and myself and a bunch of my friends join me. Pink Fresh Studio is my favorite scrapbooking manufacturer, and the Hip Kit Club too, but Pink Fresh, I am literally obsessed with it. Pink Fresh, everything. I would decorate my house in Pink Fresh if I could. So I started that YouTube hop, and a bunch of my friends join me every month when they can. Absolutely love them. This is one of their Christmas collections. I think this was their 2020 Christmas collection. I got it in the Pink Fresh Studio grab bag that I bought. And oh my god, it's just perfect. It didn't come with ephemera, so I fussy cut a lot of things out of the pattern paper, and I used a metal die to make these flowers, and I just used a whole bunch of different pattern papers and just kept layering them up, and then put an enamel dot in the middle and some glitter marker on the top to make them look Christmassy. Of course, I put 900 Pink Fresh gems on this layout. Of course, my niece again that you just saw when she was little. I love it. And then if you give me a circle, I'm putting a title around it. I think it's perfect when you have a circle and then you put your title right around the circle. I just love how that looks. So special delivery was my title. Cut apart sheet card, more flowers that I made. And this is a button from my girlfriend Karen's Yes Please Paper Crafts button shop. It's perfect. It says Be Jolly and Ask Santa on it. Love it. Look at all those gems. So every single layout that I showed you except for one has a process video. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. I do thank you so much for stopping by to watch my layout share. I hope you liked my layouts. Please feel free to scrap lift if you want to. And if you would be so kind to subscribe to my channel, I would sincerely appreciate it. It would mean a ton to me. So thank you so much. I hope you liked this. Have a nice day. Bye.